Hi Chaitanya, good morning.
Hey, good morning. May I know your name?
Actually, it's supposed to be coded as per the policy. Okay, can you give a short introduction? What kind of experience you have as a backend developer, Java and related technologies?
Sure. As you know, my name is Chaitanya and I have 12 plus years experience. Technology wise, I'm good with the Java and I got a chance to work with different versions like Java 8, 17, 21. So frameworks, I'm working as in Spring Boot microservices. Spring we are using the 6 and Spring Boot we are version 3, and we are implemented microservices application based on the Microsoft Cloud. And coming to the AWS services, I had a chance to work with the different services like S3 bucket, lambdas, X-rays, streams, DynamoDB. Coming to the UI technologies, I'm good with React.js. Apart from that, I do have experience on the database like Oracle, MongoDB, and DynamoDB. Coming to the other tools, like I'm good with Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes. So from the past 4 years, I'm associated with the State Street as a full-time employee. Because of my visa issues, I'm trying to get some consultancy things. So currently I'm working in the State Street. You let me know if you need more information. I can explain my current project.
No, your tech is fine. So you have also worked with any middleware like Kafka and all.
Yes, yes, yes. The default like as a Kafka. We used the Kafka to RabbitMQ in one of my projects, and we're actually using the Kafka, and we're using the Kinesis streams, IBM MQ, and yeah.
So did you also get a chance to work like security mechanism, like the backend security considerations, OS, top 10 security threats? You also have experience with web security and all, cyber security.
In yeah. In State Street, what happens is whatever the code base we have, right? So in the monthly basis, we will be getting the patching updates. Like for example, like vulnerabilities, like OS vulnerabilities, we have to fix it. We have to Docker image base version have to be updated, and the vulnerabilities of the jar files have to be updated. So this is a common practices across all the State Street. So monthly basis, we have to take care of those things. Like one team member on the team member will work on this deployments and the production.
Okay. So let's just start with the core Java. So what is the time complexity of hash map operations, get input methods?
Who often, who often, because directly it will read the data from the bucket and it will insert into the bucket. So that is the reason is who often.
And in the worst case,
Hash map worst case is also who of n login. When it comes to the n login is whenever hash code comes, n login is the worst case.
what is the time complexity between equals and hash code method?
Equals and hash code is O of n. The reason is the whenever we call the equals method,
No,
all
I'm saying what is a contract or a rule between equals and hash code method? Two methods are there in object class, right? So
so
whenever from overriding point of view, whenever
yeah,
overriding equals, yeah.
yeah let me explain. So whenever we are using the storing the data into the whenever we 1 second, I'm getting some sound. 1 second.
Sure, sure. Yeah.
Sorry, there is some. Yeah. sorry, sir. The hash map, right? Whenever we are storing into the hash map, try object, right? So it has to calculate the equals and hash code, like because the object is already present in the, it should replace with the, if object is not available, we have to insert in the new record. So that is the reason equals and hash map is very important. So whenever we are using the particular hash map, right? So always the key should return the equals and hash code with that one. So that is we have to override that one.
All right. Share your screen. I will give you one small Java problem.
Yeah.
You can use any online compiler.
Yeah, I have. Can I use my IntelliJ?
Yeah, go ahead. As long it is not enabled with any AI auto suggestions and all.
Yes, yes. No, nothing. I already stopped everything.
Yeah, that's just like analytical skills check is there. So it's not like any heavy code or using complex libraries, not that nature. Right? So just wait. I will paste a question in the chat. Just give me some time.
Let me understand the problem.
So you can assume all characters are in lowercase. Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about case. It is not case sensitive. So let a few more examples. Suppose your name is Chaitanya, I take in lowercase. And if I do S2 Chaitanya dot contains S1 if I pass like
Let me try.
you understood the problem statement, right?
Yes, yes, I understand.
What is the ask? Yeah.
I need to find the subsequent characters I need to find. So my idea is like this. I want to maintain a pointer. The
All
starting
right,
pointer.
go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I think it went to the infinite for loop. Let me stop. Yeah, it's working.
Okay, what is the time complexity of the solution?
For this, it is O of n. The reason is we are iterating to the
Yeah,
one
what is n there? O of n. What will be
plus
the
the
n?
O of n. So in this example, O
So
of
what
5.
n represents here? It is O of n. So what n represents?
N is number of iterations. Number of iterations. In so
What?
because in the S2 we have 5 characters available. So 5 times the loop will iterate. So that is the reason O of 5. So in while calculating the time complexity, right? So the fix we are giving the O of n.
All right. So when it comes to like backend performance optimization, right, in Java, so what are the techniques there? How do you optimize Java backend performance?
I will take an example. What exactly happened in the state sheet recently? They assigned me one API performance issue to me.
So in general, don't go project specific. Like in general, what are the techniques, or what are the things we consider when suppose you have a full grown up code is there, so you were given a task like do the performance optimizer. What are the tools and techniques you will use? What are the key matrices you will see? What are the key techniques are there for backend performance?
The
So
first thing
if
is database queries. First thing is database queries. So we will optimize the queries to create appropriate indexes in the columns. So indexes always they give the better performance. That is the first thing. The second thing is from the Java application, we don't want to hit the database for multiple times. So if we hit multiple times, right? So we have to open a connection and then get the queries, which is taking some more time, and then because network traffic will be more. So we will always prefer to write the single query and get all the data one time. Next, don't write a select query without where condition. So when we write this query without where, then it will transform the huge data to the Java application. So in the service layer, in the Java code, in the service layer, we always use the Java streams. With the Java streams, right? So all the operations happening in the memory. So okay. The second thing is I don't want to write any method in the more than the 15 lines of the code. If you need more than 15 lines of the code, then I will break down into the multiple methods, so that we can write the better unit test cases. So while writing the REST APIs itself, we have to write the test cases based on the test cases. Based on that one, we'll perform the how much is the SLA. Suppose the API should return the response should be in the 30 milliseconds. Those test cases should be there. So if it is not there, so tomorrow new developer will comes, then it adds another logic. FLA will breach it, right? That is the reason we breach. That is the reason we written these test cases. We have to perform the load testing as well by using the JMeter. Our integration test cases also have to be written to this one for achieving all those things. These are the basic things we will have to follow.
How do you implement connection pooling in relational databases?
By default, we are using the connection pooling, like Hikari connection pool. So we are using the data source object. So first step is to add the dependency in the pom.xml and Hikari connection pool dependencies. So second step is create the data sources objects. Within the data source object, we have to separate the driver class, URL, username, initial connection pool size, maximum connection pool size, capacity increase, and these are the parameters which we have to configure. But we should not hard code these properties. We should read it from the application property, application.yaml file, or Vault AWS secret manager information. So if you want to change a value, so we can change and the dynamically.
All right. Do you also have any idea about garbage collection tuning?
Yes. So we are doing that. So
how do you do efficient garbage collection tuning? Can you explain?
So what happens is whenever the application, we always we take the heap memory dump. Whenever we take the heap memory dump, we have to understand what exactly that the threads are available. Thread dump will get it, and then we get to know what is the memory available in the heap. So this all the information we can identify the which garbage collection we have to use that one. Whether we have to use the serial garbage collection, or concurrent garbage collection, or even garbage collection. So based on the memory usage, we based on that number of threads are available, so we finalize that and we'll use that garbage collection algorithm.
So you must have heard about idempotency in REST APIs, right? You must be knowing.
Yes.
So how do you make your post method also idempotent?
Post method will not be the idempotent. Post method never be idempotent.
If I have to make it idempotent, suppose for any banking application and all, so how do we do that?
Then supply the account number. So based on the account number, I will try to update the record. Even though the post method also we can use the update record, I never write the insert record. So with the help of the update, we can make it the idempotent, the primary case fix.
Okay, what is N+1 problem in Hibernate?
Okay, in the Hibernate, for example, let us see we have the two tables, one employee table and department table. So employee can have the multiple departments, or employees have the multiple addresses. So with the n+1 problem, right? What happens whenever we call the employee data, it will make the n queries to the address table also. So for every getter method, it will make the one query and they get the data. So this is an n+1 problem in the hybrid.
So it occurs in eager loading or lazy loading?
In the lazy loading, it will occur. In the eager loading, it won't appear. It won't.
How do you fix that?
So you have to give the answer, right? Is by using the eager loading. So we can use the eager loading to fix this one. Second approach is in class. Within class, we can retrieve all the records within one shot. With two approaches, we can solve the problem.
Okay, so in Spring we have like different ways of dependency injection, right? Constructor based, setter based, and with auto wire field based injection. So out of these three techniques, which is considered the best one for a production grade application and why?
So the best one is the construction injection. So with the construction injection, right, we are able to get the production it will be the better results. It will be we can use the wire annotation. It will sonar report also. It won't say like it is saying that deprecated method we don't use the field level optional dependencies, right? For example, like
Why?
property.
Why so? Why it is considered this? What are the reasons?
The reason is whenever the Spring Boot application started, at that time the self dependency happened, right? So if the beans are not available, they immediately to go through the exception. That is the reason it is give the best approach.
Can you give me an example like where you will use prototype scope, like any real world object oriented example with respect to any kind of application? Okay, banking, e-commerce. So whereas
In a
by
project, right?
default it is singleton, right? Other scopes are request, object per request, object per session. So I want an example where you will go with prototype scope. Can you think of any example?
So yes. So I will take with my project example. So in our project, we have an optional generating the reports. To generate the reports, we have the two type of reports are available. One is the PDF generation. One is the single page generation, bulk PDF generation. So at that time, we have the code which is only available in the one time. So that what we do is this particular scenario, we want to create the two objects, one to generate the PDF. So want to execute those two PDFs have to generate a single PDF and bulk PDF. So both objects we have to use the prototype. This is where we are using the project in the state.
So you have experience with microservices architecture also, right?
Of course. Yeah.
So how do you do distributed transaction management in microservices?
Saga design pattern we are using Saga design pattern. In the Saga design pattern, two approaches are available. One is the choreography approach, and another one is orchestration. In our in my project, choreography orchestration we are using, and that is like with the Kafka.
You have experience working with Kafka also, right?
Very good.
How do you ensure exactly once processing in Kafka?
So by using two different approaches where we can do it. One is by committing the offset. So whenever the particular record is read, right, immediately we commit the offset. That is a one way to process it. Second one is at the database level, we will implement the idempotency. So these two approaches, we can process the record only one time in the Kafka.
Okay, how do you handle message failures in Kafka at the consumer side?
So in state read, what we are doing is we are maintaining something like the dead letter queue. So any message is going to be failed, that message fit into the DL queue. So once we put in the DLQ, after some time reprocess the records. After that also, if it is failed, then we will inform to the producers that there is a problem with this message which you are sending. This is the way we are doing.
Right. I will give you one more problem. Final coding problem. Okay. Try to solve this one.
Let me understand. Can I copy?
Yeah, sure, sure. So 1 second. Yeah, this from line number second you have to read. That is another problem.
Okay,
It's
line number.
lines.
Okay.
That kind of problem you have already solved. The first one with the pointer approach. Right? So the second one from given
Got
an
it.
array. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second line to line number 23. This.
It will the first. If it is 1, it is go to the first step. If it is a 3, three steps. 1, 2, 3. Then 9.
Yeah.
From 9, it will
So
go.
three means it can either go 1, 2, or 3, depending on our choice. Like
What is
where the so, at every index, the number indicates whatever number is there at any index, right? It tells you like how many maximum you can go. So it's your choice. You can go even less than that. If you find a better candidate to get the minimum jump, right? So it's not like that. If at some place value is 5, so it will only do 5 jumps. It can do maximum 5. So it can do
you know?
one, 2, 3, 4, or maximum 5.
So
Okay.
I know this problem. I already solved this one in there.
Sure,
Earlier
sure.
lead code in there. I solved.
All right. Write the code here.
3.
Right. So you just change your input at line number 5 at second place. Okay, no, there only, not this one. I will tell you the changes. Go to your program.
No, I'm just checking. I'm just okay. Okay, you tell me. Yeah.
At the second position, make it 1.
Okay. Here, right?
Yeah. Then again, you make it in place of 5, you make it. Okay, add one more, like 1 comma 2 you make 2. Or okay, and instead of 2, make it 3. Just make it 3. And in place of 9, make it 1. Now execute.
4.
Mhm. 2, 3, 4. Okay, just explain me like how this program is working. Yeah, line number
So,
10, 11 means.
what I'm trying to do is here. I'm checking the position. For example, I'm trying to backtrack the approaches. This is called backtracking approaching. So by using a backtracking approach, I'm trying to find and if the element is can't reach that I'm returning that one. This is called backtracking algorithm. I'm solved in the lead. I'm solved in the lead.
Just explain me with a dry run. Like you can open a notepad, like what is happening like at each step with the input, this current input. Okay. Can you give me a dry run?
Okay.
Taking this as an input. Will you explain like open any notepad or text editor?
See, whenever we call this one, right? So the length of this particular is 3 plus 6, 7, 9, 10 elements are there. So n size is 12. So initially jump is 0. So current end is 0. So the f equal to
What do you
0.
mean by current end?
Current end is the position where exactly it is ending. So when we jump the jump where we need to set information, right? That is the reason I'm maintaining the current end.
Current end means the index. Index or what?
If I jump, it's not index. It's not index. So if I jump one time, right, I should know where exactly ended. If I 3, it have to jump 3. I should know where it is exactly. Taking the third element, the position. So it's 3 times. So
It's
first
a
jump,
kind of
second jump.
steps like what are the steps there, right? You know, it's the step. So initially we are initializing step with 0. All right, then go ahead. What is f here? Like this variable f, what it denotes?
It's a, I can say it's a farthest element. How far we have we traveled. For that, I had defined the f. It's a far to find the farthest. I just defined that variable.
So for initializing f with 0 means
It's
farthest.
first time it will be right because it exactly it is not pointing to the particular the any it is not jumping to the anyone. So after that we go to the math dot. So what is the farthest element in the if I, for example, if the 0, the location is the 0, then the count is 0. So if it is 3, right, location is 2 plus the value is 3. So through 4. So it's going to the find the maximum value of that.
Okay, then explain me full program. Line number 14 you can explain.
So in the 14, right?
So yes, it's there till the end, right? Or you can take this input, right, and give me a dry run, like how these things are calculated and how I'm getting the minimum.
That's what I'm trying to explain you. That's what I'm trying to explain. The dry run.
With the input, you can explain.
Oh, you want to write the input there?
No, input already there. Yeah, how the jumps is incrementing like after each step, like in the dry run, like step
That's
1.
what I'm trying to. That's what. Give me. Please allow me. I will explain.
Yeah, sure.
The first time when we entering into the particular loop, right? So initially the jumps is 0. So the current index equal to 0. So f value is 0. So when I becomes a 0, that is the first element. That is the first. So at that time, so maximum of the 0 comma 0 plus 1. Why 0 plus 1? The index is 0 and the value is 1. So it will become a max of the 0 comma 1. So it will take it as a 1. So you understand the f value there. So do you understand why the f will become the 1? You want to explain again. The why f value is 1.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So then what is happening is, after what happened is I is like 1 and the current end is 1. So that is the reason it becomes its condition the true value. So as it returns the true value, it will increase the current end to the f, which is this is a 0, right? So current end is become a 0. Jumps will increment. So jumps will become a 1. Current end became a 1. So this condition will not be executed at this time. So because that is not meant. So second it will go to the for loop. Now I became a 1. So array of I is 3. So 3 it go to the first position. This condition it took, right? So it will become a 3 value. So now the maximum of, in this example, maximum of 1 comma 1 plus 3, that is a 4. So it will give to the 4 value. So again the current index is returned to the true. So jumps will become a 2. So the current end is 4. Are you clear with this one, right? So why it exactly 4?
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And so it will be repeated for all the remaining elements, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So that is the reason fourth element is returned to the particular value. So 9 jumps. So that is the reason it will return the 4 value.
Thanks, Chaitanya.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Nice to.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you.